Okay, so tell me if we're live. Are we live?
We're 10 seconds, five. We're live. Boom. We are live.
Just count me in. We're live?
And we've done it.
Hey! Oh.
So the only thing now is that I let me quickly tweet this out because this is like the third video that we've had to set up. You know, I always like to joke. I always have these sort of technical issues, and I like to make a joke of it that there will be no technical issues tonight. I was completely daring the technical trouble gods.
We need a big joke right now, or we are the joke right now.
Yes, and we tried to get Victor on, and people could hear that on Periscope, and he was actually doing really good.
He was.
We couldn't edit on video. So, I'm just going to tweet out the link. Here we are now live, and thank you for being such a good sport. We are joining from mobile phones, and that's why this is a bit of a new thing, and Google just likes to keep our lives interesting. It's awesome to get you on, and you know, so let me introduce a little bit. So basically, the people who saw the show, I think last week, we got Mariko Lockridge on, who was awesome, and I really liked her. I
love her. I love Mariko.
And I wasn't sure we'd have anything to talk about, to tell the truth. I didn't know her or anything like that. So people were. So I kind of told it half an hour, just talk for half an hour, it's cool, I'll let you go. And we ended up talking for 1.5 hours, and it was like, really, I think one of the best videos, one of the best conversations we've done. In ages. I thought she was really awesome. And straight after that show, Mariko messaged me and said, you have to talk to Gigi. And I tell you, I trust Mariko's judgment implicitly about this.
I've got big shoes to fill.
Well, but you know, at the same time, so she said, you gotta get Gigi on, she'll be awesome. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. So who is she? Send me the links. And she sent me the links to your Facebook profile. And I have to be honest, I was like, whoa, oh my god. This is a Freaks and Geeks show, to be honest, right? This is just Victor and myself, and you know, Victor I'm sure is missing not being on at the moment. But yes,
we miss you too, Victor.
Yeah, but anyway. I mean, we have fun and we talk about all sorts of awesome stuff. But it was kind of like, well, you're actually, you know, in a TV production. You're actually doing like serious modeling and stuff like that. And you know, we get our odd share of, you know, celebs and so on. But this was like, okay, so this is something new for the show, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, you're doing all sorts of really cool stuff. And I'm like, whoa, okay, so yes, so we've had all sorts of dramas with getting this thing set up. But so first of all, tell me about yourself, who you are, what you do. I mean, how would you nail it down? You do so many things. I don't even know how to introduce what you do.
I do a lot of things. Yeah. I guess to sum it up, I mean, you know, there's a really good word in Japanese, Tarento. You know that.
Yeah.
That's really useful to use when you kind of like, you know, do so many things and you're not really focused in one particular thing. But, you know, in English, I guess you would call me a TV personality. I guess that comes closest to what I do. But I also do modeling, and I'm actually learning how to DJ right now. So.
Learning how to DJ? What do you DJ? What are you learning to DJ on? I saw the photos of that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. The glasses are a good look on you.
Oh, I actually have them. If you want, I can bring them on later.
I wouldn't object. What are you DJing on? Like software or?
It's that Serato kit.
Yeah. I know Serato.
Yeah.
Oh, so with the time synced records.
Yeah. Do you also DJ?
I have, and when I was young, I did.
That's cool. Which genres?
Drum and bass mostly.
Nice.
Just anything not popular I would do in order to like stand out. In Japan you try to do house or techno and you have to be like better than 10 million people, so I take the easy way on that. But I play around. But wow.
So speaking of people who are not popular but actually are really good, do you know the band The Antwoord?
Oh, I love the. Why are you saying the Antwoord? Like, did you look at my profile? Because I've been...
No, because like I love the Antwoord, but like no one knows them here. But they're so awesome. I actually watched them live in Paris.
Okay, I call BS. You must have seen my profile because I've been. I have been.
Why?
Just lately, I've been on I love the Antwoord to begin with, but lately I've been back on a binge and I've been tweeting their tracks, and I've actually been making music based on
love them.
Their stuff lately.
I actually just watched Chappie, the movie. You know where
they
were.
Yeah. I don't want to watch it at the movies though, because they edited that movie to make it family friendly in Japan. Apparently, did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
So they're trying to sell it as like a Johnny Five short circuit type movie in Japan. And apparently they edited a lot of the scenes from it to make it more family friendly and lower the rating, so they could sell it as a family movie here. So everyone who heard that, who wants to see it, it's like, okay, we're waiting for the
Yeah,
Blu-ray.
but Ninja was still like cussing his mouth out. So I don't know what
I think that's the only way he knows how to talk. Well, it's all, it's an Afrikaans accent, so it's you can't really...
Yeah. Oh my gosh! So which is your favorite song? Do you have one, or just so many?
I get in little things where I get one hooked in my head. So I've like the track which I based I did a cover of on my iPad, and I put on SoundCloud the other day, was my interpretation of Fuck Julie Nyers.
Fuck Julie Nye. Fuck Julie Nye.
That's just a great beat. And it's if okay, so it's okay. It's just not English. Oh man, I just like so that's the one that's stuck on my playlist at the moment. But oh man, everything. DJ
everything.
High Tech. I'm a big fan of DJ High Tech.
Yeah.
I like his high tech beats.
Yeah, but have you seen him?
Yeah.
Like what he looks like?
Yes, big Afrikaner guy. Yeah.
Oh, you're back.
Well, that's awesome. You like the Antwoord. Okay, so
I love the Antwoord.
I'm seriously impressed. So but so when you say Tarento, so here's the thing. There are lots of people who say, I want to go to Japan and be a Tarento and so on. Not many people actually do it.
Yeah.
I can kind of see how it might have happened, but so what did you do? Did you register with a talent agency? How did you get into that?
Oh my God, it's such a long process, and well, I think to be honest, it's not hard for foreigners if you're, skinny or, half good looking to get like random modeling gigs here, right? Because they're like that token Gaijin.
Yeah, there's a big market for token Gaijins.
Yeah, exactly. But the jobs aren't always, favorable. They're not always, they don't always pay very well. And sometimes the jobs are, outright embarrassing,
Embarrassment, I think, is like a requirement on a lot of the deals, but yeah.
Yeah, they're like humiliating, you have to be funny or whatever. And that was something that I didn't want to do. I wanted to get into it seriously. Yeah. I did register into a lot of different agencies in the beginning. I went through so many, and I was like, you have to go through so many to get a good one.
Yeah.
It's like going through, boyfriends or girlfriends, or whatever,
Tell me about it. Yeah. Try to get to a good one.
Yeah, I'm trying so hard not to use some bad words here, but you
Feel
have to
free.
go through all the to get to the
Welcome to YouTube. There's no public censors, but yes, I do appreciate you have to be a little bit sensitive to what's going on around you.
Yeah,
but honestly,
I'll try
account.
really hard. The thing is, like, I also grew up in LA, so using bad words is kind of like...
Oh, and of course you're in LA, so that's the other thing. So in LA, as I was going to say, when you said going around, everyone's in a talent agency, and there's kind of similar to LA, I guess, if you think about it that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so,
but I think the secret to breaking in, not only in Tokyo but anywhere in the world, is just finally meeting the right person, which is kind of what I did. I finally met the right person, and then all the doors open, and like you
know what, that's so true though. In Japan, any job that's advertised for anything is any half decent job. There are a million applicants, and there's no way to differentiate yourself from them. But connections really are big in Japan, aren't they? Because it's not just the fact that it's a connection, it's the fact that you're being vouched for by someone with credibility. Being vouched for is like 10,000 times more important than having a good CV even. Good CV is important as well, you have to back it up. But it really is meaningful in anything, getting any type of job here, having a good person who can vouch for you or recommend you. That is the key, isn't it? It's getting to that.
Yeah,
when I came to Japan 16 years ago, I worked for free in order to get people who would vouch for me and recommend me to get to the jobs I wanted to get to. And I taught English, and I did all that stuff to support myself while I was doing the jobs I wanted to do for free to get that. But that's cool. So you got someone who kind of sponsored you and pulled you into the right, into good sort of work?
Well, I would say that I've met some people who who have power in the industry and who have power to place me in certain positions. But I'm still working towards my dreams. I still have a lot of things that I want to accomplish.
Yeah.
So
So we're kind of jumping straight into it, but since we're there, why don't we do it? So what do you want to accomplish? As someone trying to become a Tarento, like what is the? Do you have an end goal in mind that you're going towards, or is it just to do lots of stuff, or?
Well, I mean, I'm a really curious person, and I'm really ambitious. So I'm pretty much open to anything, you know. Like my motto is try it once and then see you want to do it again.
Yeah.
But well, this is funny. I guess I thought we were gonna start the show by talking about what I'm doing right now and talking about my past and then moving towards my future. But we can do it this way too. So what I want to ultimately try out is perhaps like have my own show. Like be like a TV host, perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really passionate about several things, and one of them is cooking. I love to cook. I've cooked for over I have so many chefs in my family.
Okay.
And my grandmother was a chef, had her own restaurant. My aunt's a chef. So it kind of runs in the family, to make and enjoy good food. So like I would be thrilled to have my own cooking show, for example.
Well, you know what? I mean, do you watch cooking shows on YouTube?
I watch cooking shows on TV. I don't.
You should swat up on YouTube, because right now cooking shows on YouTube are bigger than the biggest cooking shows on TV.
Wow.
And not only that, but they get sponsorships and all sorts of. There's a few genres of YouTube channels that just do super well. And one is cooking, one is like makeup and beauty. One is box openings of toys. The biggest YouTube channels in the world are just opening toys, boxes of kids' toys that kids just watch over and over and over. But seriously, cooking is a serious. And it's kind of a breakout area at the moment. Okay, but that's really cool. So let's go back though. So you mentioned your family and everything, and obviously, I mean, you must get the first question. You're not obviously Japanese, but you mentioned to me when we talked before that you're part Japanese. So what is the background? Where do all these chefs come from?
Well, when people ask me, where I'm from, I always hesitate, and they're like, "That's weird," like you don't know that, And I'm like, well, it requires some thought because, even just going back to my parents, they're both totally mixed. So I think I'm like 1/6 Japanese and. I'm basically like just a mix of all kinds of different Asians.
All different Asians.
Yeah. I guess and I grew up in many different places as well, and I guess I mean I was born in Singapore, but even when I go back there, they ask me where I'm from, and it's just it's kind of I guess growing up. I was kind of confused, just thinking like where do I really belong? Like who am I? I mean, and it's just kind of it takes time to like get to know people because I'm just so different from them usually.
Yeah, and so you found this everywhere you went, like not just Japan. Then you found even in Singapore. Singapore's so multi-ethnic to begin with. Yeah, you still found that even there.
Even there, because one thing is I don't speak like a Singaporean does when I speak English.
Singlish?
Yeah, I actually can't speak Singlish, which is a shame. But when I go back there, everybody's like, well, if you're Singaporean, like, why don't you talk like one? I guess that's because I was also partially raised in California. Yeah.
And the Californian accent seems the strongest, just listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so... I was 1 month from being born in Singapore, but they got me out in time to be born outside of the country. But yes, because I love Singapore, but I don't want to do national service. But my dad's a permanent resident, so he has to do national service there actually, which is interesting.
Has he already?
He hasn't yet, but he's ex-army, so he said that he would do it. He would do it just because of the tax there. It's low tax, but he says he'd fight for that.
Tax haven. Yeah.
But no, I love Singapore. But you've lived in Japan as well, partly growing up as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. I actually came here first in high school.
Yeah.
So that was when I was 16, I guess, and I went to Fukuoka. I went to this high school. It's like a Yankee Koko. I don't know,
like
how
Bebop High School. I think I've heard of that one. Fukuoka Bebop. That was like next door to the school I went to. I went to high school in Fukuoka.
Oh, seriously?
Well, for a few
Oh,
weeks,
wow.
but yeah, to Taisei.
And how do you find it? Because I was there for 3 years, and I was the only foreigner in my entire school. I was the only foreigner in my entire neighborhood, and
Yeah.
I was the first foreigner that a lot of people have ever met in their lives. So,
That's the thing with Kyushu, isn't it? And like you say, it'd be rude for me to ask what year that was. That would allow math. But I was there in 1990, and in 1990, just being 15 years old and having long blonde hair, and I actually had hair back then. It was kind of cool, and yeah, people would come up and ask me for autographs and stuff like that, and I was like, wow, this is like the best
wow.
place in the world, and I want to live here. It totally wasn't like that when I came to Tokyo. But I mean, Fukuoka, Kyushu, everyone is so nice down there. But of course, I was there only on a school trip.
Oh, okay.
So how did I mean?
No,
But coming to, so you came to you never lived in Japan, and you came to Japan, and you went to a regular school, and you're going to high school.
Yeah, and also I didn't speak any Japanese back then, even though I'm part Japanese. I didn't learn it my entire life until I had to.
So how did you get past that? Because you're sitting in class, you wouldn't understand anything at school. How did you?
Yeah, you would think, right? I mean, basically, the first year I could only attend half the classes, and half the classes I had to spend with my tutor,
Yeah.
just learning Japanese, just like drilling into my head over and over again. But then I guess it was kind of like a sink or swim kind of situation,
Indeed, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you
I don't know
to
how,
get
but
comfortable?
Well, my tutor was really great. She's almost like my godmother. We still keep in touch, and we meet up when she comes to Tokyo. She made sure that I studied so well that every year I could take the that like a proficiency test.
Yeah.
And I started taking. I took level 3 in my first year. I took level 2 in my second year. And I took level 1 in my third year.
Wow. So you got level 1 right at the time you're going to university, right at the right time.
Exactly.
It took me 4 years to get level 1. So that's awesome. You did it one go.
Well, yeah, no, but like the ironic thing is when I came to Tokyo, I went to Waseda for university.
Yeah, top
and
university.
My classes, they were all in English.
Really? They have English I didn't even know that they had English classes like that at Waseda. Nope.
Sorry, you're freezing up right
Sorry,
now.
it froze for a minute. I didn't know that they even had lectures in English at Waseda.
Yeah, they do in my department still. So I studied all this Japanese for 3 years. Got ready for college, and I came here and then used it ever again.
Yeah. Wow. So, what did you do? Everyone saw the battery warning on my phone go onto the screen.
Oh.
Everyone's saying plug in. I just plugged in. Everyone, it's okay. So you're studying at Waseda. So when did you decide you wanted to become a Tarento?
I actually never really considered it. My dream, well, I had a couple of dreams growing up. One was to be a brain surgeon.
Yeah,
another one was to be an archaeologist, and another dream was to be a newscaster. So, but here I am right now.
You're at the pinnacle. It doesn't get any higher than this. You're gonna have to retire after this. I don't know how many talk shows you'll be on where people will be telling the host halfway through to plug in. Yes.
But I guess I started, I got roped into the industry because of scouts, like whenever I went out. Yeah, I just got scouted like all the time. And it actually got to be quite a hassle, I just couldn't go out of my house without some random dude pursuing me.
I get the same thing. It's a bit weird. But
Yeah.
I deal with it.
Yeah. So then, that's when I thought, okay, why not give it a shot? I'm still young. I still have time to, divert from my from my course, from my goals in life and try out different stuff.
Sure.
But I stuck with it, I guess.
So can I ask? I mean, so have you been on TV? What sort of gigs have you gotten before up until now?
Well, basically, a lot of it was modeling. And I also did a lot of emceeing at events and parties. Because basically, modeling is cool too, but I really like to talk.
You're good at it. Yeah, I can see.
I mean, if you give me the chance, I'll just talk forever. So you have to put an end to this show at some point because I will keep rambling on and on.
We don't need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, with modeling, you just don't know the kind of person I am, because you're not really interacting with me. You just basically look at me and judging me by my photos. But when I'm there, in the flesh, and I'm moving and can use like body gestures, and I can talk, and I can laugh, and I can make jokes, then, I feel like people can connect with me more, and I also connect with them more. And then I think it's just more fun for everybody involved.
I can see that. So you've done the emceeing. Have you gotten any TV? Have you been on any? Have you been the token Gaijin?
I'm embarrassed to say that I have been that like token Gaijin, but I don't want to do it anymore. So
okay.
But I have been in that situation. Yeah.
I've talked with some people who've done that and they've been a bit scarred by it as well. But I don't know. For some people, at the same time, yeah. Especially the first they come back and they say, "Man, that was so degrading," but I want to do it again. They get addicted to it. I've got a dream. I'm going to confess now. I think this feels like the appropriate place to confess. When I was in New Zealand, one of my things was I lived with Asian people in New Zealand all the time, and we would go out to karaoke, which didn't have any English songs because they wanted to keep the people that looked like me out. So I had to learn the Japanese songs to be able to go there and hang out with my Asian friends. But I really loved the music videos that they put on the karaoke videos.
Yeah.
And how they go to like places like Ottawa or kind of Canberra or kind of like international but cheap, kind of out of the way random international places. They shoot these videos and they have kind of these foreigners kind of doing these random drama type videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I always wanted to be one of those karaoke video guys.
Oh, you can do it.
I'm sure I could. I never met the right connection.
Like who do you approach for that, right?
Well, every one of the scouts that came up to me, I'd say, do you do karaoke videos? And none of them ever said yes. So it just never happened. But one of those unfulfilled dreams that I had, I guess.
Well, if I find anybody who can make your dream come true, that I'll connect you with them. Please do that.
My phone is available.
You know what? We could appear in one together.
That would be awesome.
That would be so funny.
I've already got the whole thing all mapped out in my mind. I'd be like punching like a chain fence, kind of being like angry, and you'd be like running, and there'd be wind. It would be really awesome.
And have you decided which song it would be?
Like, I guess it'd have to be the Antwoord, wouldn't it? Like, we
Well, with like the Antwoord, we can be as crazy as we want because that's what you're all about.
Oh, that's right. In fact, that would be awesome doing one. Have you seen? They've done like a short film. I forget what it's called, but like where they're going on with the wheelchairs. You should Google it if you haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah. Is it the one where it was shot supposedly in your neighborhood, and DJ High-Tech was there too? It was three of them, no?
It's like a 10-minute thing, and it's the two of them going around in wheelchairs, basically being really gangster. And
right. Yeah. I think I've seen this. Yeah.
It's weird and surreal, actually.
Yeah, I mean, everything they do is weird and surreal.
But that would, yeah. I mean, but that's the whole thing. Exactly. If you do a video with their stuff, I think you could pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So okay, so you survived high school in Fukuoka and you adapted to that. You go through Waseda, so you started getting into
high school. I mean, I know high school in the States, it's hell, but high school in Fukuoka, even for me, like being the only foreigner, not speaking Japanese, even then I had lots of friends, I had boyfriends. Like it was really cool. People were really nice.
You had boyfriends. It was fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. In Fukuoka, like everyone is so nice in Fukuoka.
Yeah.
And Fukuoka is just a nice place. I came to Tokyo under the misconception that Tokyo was like a massive Fukuoka. And it's totally not. I was a bit thrown by Tokyo when I first got here. Although that was a long time ago now. But
well, okay. I'll confess the reason why I came to Tokyo. The reason why I went to Waseda.
Yeah.
So I was in Fukuoka, right? And that was the first time I was living in Japan. And I thought, wait a minute, what am I doing here? I should be in Tokyo, right? Because like Tokyo is a big city.
Yeah.
And so that's why I decided to come to college in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, like even within Tokyo, like which is the best college? And so I decided Waseda because it was located in Shinjuku.
Yeah.
And because I knew that's famous. Like I've seen that in movies before.
It had Alta. That's right. You could find anybody.
Yeah.
I remember when I came to Japan, that was how the only way you could meet up with people was by saying the dog or Elta or and everyone knew what that meant. Now no one really knows what that means anymore. But in terms of what you're doing right now, and I think this is you're involved in a project with Mariko, right?
Yes, I am.
And so I've seen the promotion clips. There is like a Facebook page, and there are clips from. So it's called JClubTV. So
Exactly.
So what's that about?
Well, it is Japan's first reality show.
Yeah.
And
Is it the first
yeah, I
one?
mean, the first one, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But apparently, the producers had this idea, since many years ago, but it just felt like Japan wasn't ready for it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they waited, and then the timing came, and yeah, now we already filmed 6 episodes for it, and we're gonna film at least 2 more for the first season, and it's going to start airing in probably September, sometime this fall. And
So this is going to be like you're all going to be left on a desert island with no clothes, and you have to eat snails and stuff like that. And it's one of those kind of competition. I'm guessing is that what it's like?
It's like that, but just a little bit more glamorous.
Ah, okay, the glamorous version of Survivor. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, for us, it's like, can you survive tonight without getting too drunk on champagne?
That's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Bottle service. But
So
it's
what
super
is the
cool.
concept?
Well, the concept is, like a group of like modern, sophisticated, strong Japanese women who get together and just, like have a good time. I mean, like, well, as I was going to say, this show is going to be aired in Asia and Japan, but also in North America. And I think a lot of people there are interested in Japan because, it's the Far East, but they also have certain stereotypes about Japan and Japanese women. And so we're just trying to like deliver this other side of Japan that people might not know of. To show that, yeah, I mean, like we have really cool girls here who are ambitious, who are sexy, who just, like know how to have a good time.
So, and the clips show that, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, so that's very cool. But
Yeah.
is there a competition aspect to it, or is it showing off this sort of lifestyle, or is it? I mean, what is the? Is there a competition? Are there eliminations? Are there? I'm a reality TV junkie. I should warn you. So the problem is
Great.
I've got all of these kind of stereotypes.
Yeah.
So
There actually there is no elimination per se, but there have been girls who have been eliminated. Let's just put it that way.
So there's drama. So that's important.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course there's drama. It's a reality show with tons of girls in it. I mean, something's going to happen.
I can imagine why they don't do the reality shows with a lot of guys. Actually, guys would be completely boring. I think unless you go. Well, I know in America they seem to choose people for having mental problems. But this is the problem with Japanese shows. In my experience, is that everyone is always kind of nice.
Yeah.
I've seen like Japanese versions of like Survivor. I think I saw something like that years and years ago. And in Survivor,
They're like helping each other out.
They're all being really nice and helping each other out.
Well, I mean, that's Japanese style, right? But I mean, you've been in Japan for how long now? 15, 20 years?
Yeah, 16. Yeah, 16 years.
16 years, yeah. So I mean, like you must know by now that sometimes it's just on the surface.
Yes. Well, so I have to tell you, my favorite reality-ish show of all time. I mean, did you ever watch Ainori? Were you in Japan when Ainori was big? Was that
Yeah,
before?
actually, one of my friends was on it, but yeah.
Oh man. So I mean, in a way, I think Japan kind of invented reality like that, didn't they? In terms of I think they had these great shows, and okay, everyone knows that they were yarase, but it was okay because they were scripted. They were made so interesting. The storylines were good, and it didn't rely on having antisocial people acting weird and trapped in a building. They were just good storylines and world travel, and it's awesome that you had a friend who was on that. And that was my second favorite reality Japanese show. My favorite is maybe a bit older. I don't know if you know London Boots, Gasa Ire.
知らないかも。
They do.
古い。
Maybe it's too free. It's possible. You know London Boots?
I am not familiar with that.
Oh man, I'm so old. Okay, well these two guys they got their start in Japanese TV by doing uwaki chosa.
Oh.
So these guys would write postcards to them saying that I've seen all these suspicious signs that I think my girlfriend is cheating on me. Can you please go and investigate her and find out if she's cheating on me or not? And so they would go up to the girlfriend's house and they would kick in her door. And they would start like emptying her drawers and getting her mobile phone and going through all her messages and calling the people on her phone. And
so is this like a reality show, or like is the girl also an actress?
So the point, and this is what all these shows were. I watch it and I'm oh my god, this is illegal. This is terrible. I have to watch more. What is this? of course, it turns out, everyone found out a year, 2 years later. Of course, it's all fixed, and all the people were,
Right.
But the point is, it was awesome.
That's all that matters, right? At the end of the day.
And these people really thought through about how to make this as interesting as possible, and they varied the show a lot, and that was cool. So
Well, I think like one of the coolest parts about JClubTV, about my show, is that it is 100% reality show. I mean, it's 100% spontaneous. It's just girls just doing spontaneous stuff on TV in front of the camera.
Can I ask what kind of spontaneous stuff you do on TV?
Well, you have to watch the show.
Well, I want to watch the show. I've seen the clips.
I don't want to kill the surprise for you.
Okay, fair enough. But you said, so it's going to be September, and I guess...
sometime in the fall.
There are clips which I'll put in my Facebook feed. Thing for the show, which have the existing page and information for it. So I guess there'll be more information will come out from the Facebook page over time as to
definitely, on my page and also on the JClubTV page. Because we're actually considering filming our next episodes in Okinawa. So you know what that means.
Man, it sounds worse than the desert island scenario, doesn't it? That's a tough industry. I tell you what I'm going to do right now. Everyone in the comments, there's about a 30 or 40 second lag on this, so I'll say this and it'll take a while to get reactions. I've got the comments open at the moment. Anyone who'd like to ask Gigi any questions, you can ask now. I will pick out the questions and relay them to her while we keep talking. And maybe in a minute or two, if it's okay with you, if we could, I'd quite like to do a little bit in Japanese, actually, to put on my Japanese channel.
Sure.
Plus, I want to hear your Yankee high school Japanese. And your Fukuoka ben.
Hakatabe.
So
I'll try. I haven't spoken it since I moved to Tokyo, but I did speak it for...
Really? Since you came to Tokyo, you haven't been using Hakata ben. But I thought you meant Japanese for a minute, but... okay, so I'm just thinking, so do we switch over or do we take the questions? I think we go 2 minutes longer in English, and if there's no questions, we'll flip into Japanese and we'll go back.
Yeah.
But, so I mean, first question, are you married? Question, exclamation point.
Who's asking?
Mr. Kordychep is asking. Is that a secret? Maybe. You're not allowed to say maybe, possibly.
No. I'll just show you something right now.
Whoa. Good connection. Next question. Wow. Have you been to... So Pickles the Gaijin from Jamaica is asking, have you been to Jamaica yet?
No, but I love Jamaican jerk chicken. Oh my god.
She loves Jamaican jerk chicken, Pickles the Gaijin.
There's this awesome Jamaican jerk chicken place in Ebisu that I go to all the time. Like, if you guys make jerk chicken that good in Jamaica, I'm going there.
You know, that shop in, I think I know the one that you mean in Ebisu, and I think that restaurant was set up by a lady from my old work. She was the secretary to my boss, Jamaican lady who went and started that place.
Oh wow! Well, tell her she did a good job.
Yeah. She used to do catering for our office parties, and we'd have Jamaican food at our office parties, and it was really good. Wow. Mr. Kordychep does not want me to say his name, so Mr. Kordychep, I will not say your name. That's okay. Are there any more questions? We've done pretty well on the first two, but if there are not, I'm going to switch over to Japanese in a minute. Boom. I tell you what, for the non-stop 50 minutes of technical difficulties getting this going, and this is I had to configure this capture setup completely from scratch new. It's actually working quite nicely. I'm looking at it on the screen, and it's actually going quite well. Question: There is a question from Tokyo 503 who is asking, how can you be 1/6 Japanese? That is a good question. It's not usually it's halves or quarters or eighths. But I suppose it's both sides.
See, this always gets me because I'm confused by my own heritage too.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm some part Japanese.
Is it on one side or both sides, or?
It's on one side.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how that works. If it's on one side, then maybe one of my grandparents is half.
Yeah.
Would that be 1/6? I'm so bad at math.
It'd be someone in between your parents and your grandparents. If there's like if such a step exists, maybe they're like an uncle or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I get confused too. I'm part Australian, and it messes me up. I don't know what to do sometimes. You know, being New Zealand and Australia, you know, it's like with rugby, I get confused which way, which way to support sometimes. Dude Jericho, come on. You want me to ask that, Dude Jericho? Are you sure?
What is it?
Dude Jericho is asking, なぜそんなに美しいんですか?
いやでもありがとう。
Very good.
I think it's like really good lighting right now.
Awesome. It's my capture software. It does an awesome job. It's the configuration. No, that's right. Ronin Dave says that you emceed the Metropolis Halloween party.
I think I remember him. He was there.
He talks a lot. He talks for a long time. So you've emceed that party.
Yes, I emceed it, and I was a bunny.
You were a bunny.
I was a bunny.
I have been to a Metropolis ball once, and yes, I ended up with a girlfriend from it. It went quite well. But so yes, I have good memories of the Metropolis Halloween party. Although I haven't. Yeah.
So the Metropolis ball, what do you go as?
That's a good question. Well, this was years ago. I don't. I mean, sorry. I'm a boring guy. I don't think I dressed up. But
no. Well, you shouldn't be allowed to party if you don't dress up. That's right.
No, I think I ended up dating the bouncer. I think that's how it worked. She was lovely, but yeah, wouldn't let me in the place. But okay. So. BLK UNK, you're a bit late to be asking who is homegirl, but BLK UNK, everybody click on his stuff because he started making vlogs again, and he's an awesome filmmaker. He's got a short film coming out which is awesome, and he makes really awesome videos. So everyone check out BLK UNK. And if you've and apparently you gave Ronin Dave, he says, 3rd place. So
he what?
Apparently he got 3rd place at something. Maybe
yes he did. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess I was giving out prizes that night to the 5 best dressed people, and yeah, he actually bribed me with something. I think he bribed me with some chocolates, but he still got 3rd place.
There must have been better chocolates out there. Ben Duncan suggested I could have gone to the ball as a guy with hair. I had hair when I went to the ball, okay? I used to have it, and you know what? It's just distinguished looking. I've got a good shaped head. It's cool. But Penalty Gaijin has a real question. Where can he meet ladies as eloquent and beautiful? The guys here are turning into jelly, obviously.
Well, you can meet them. Actually, you know, all the other divas, as we call ourselves on my show, they're all very beautiful.
They are.
So I don't know. You could come down to the next party we shoot at, and try your luck.
Your parties, I gotta admit, from the clips that I've seen of those parties, they're very impressive. There's a lot of black tie, a lot of sports cars and champagne and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, it's always we always have some nice car, like some chauffeur-driven nice car to go to the party, and then we always have bottle service, VIP entrance, So
it's a sort of party I go to all the time anyway. So it's But what I did notice in the videos is a lot of the people at the parties did look like me, actually. I don't know, there seemed to be a lot of those sort of expats and going through midlife crises. I don't know, I'm really looking, I can't wait to have my midlife crisis. I'm building up to it. I'm trying to get up a bit of momentum with it, but it's going to be...
What are you going to buy? A car? A yacht?
Oh, it's supposed to be a car, isn't it? But
it is supposed to be a car.
It is supposed to be a car.
It's supposed to be like a car that's like the color of my dress.
Yeah. No, it's embarrassing. Because in New Zealand, you have to drive everywhere. And I was so into cars, and I had a list of sports cars I was going to buy in Japan.
Speaking of cars, I actually wrote in this super hot yellow Corvette
I saw
2 weeks ago. Do you see that? Yeah, I mean, that's you. You could get that.
That would be good. I'd take one of those. Yep. Did you actually drive it?
No, we were not allowed to drive it, but I was in it while he drove, and he my driver Matsuda-san, he's an ex either F2 or F3 race car driver. He was a professional, and he I don't scare easily, and I love roller coasters, but this was real. I was thinking, this is how it could end.
Yeah.
It was very exhilarating to be in that race car.
I saw Mariko tweeting that she got a Corvette for the weekend, but she doesn't know how to drive stick shift, and I was like, no, not yes. I tell you what, when I was in California, I've only been in California once. I was in San Francisco for that, but I wanted to go down and check out Mavericks, where they have the big waves. And I went to a rental car place, and I just wanted to drive down the coast. So I just said, just give me your cheapest car. And the guy at the rental car place, he looked at me and he said, you want a Mustang, right? And I was like, well, maybe. How much is a Mustang? He says, I'll give you, a convertible Mustang 5-liter for $80 for the day. Got one spare. I was like, okay, I'll take that. So I took that and I went to the hotel to go and get my stuff, and immediately 3 or 4 other people jumped in the car when they saw me pull up in the car, and I drove all the way down Pacifica in this Mustang, spent the whole day going down the coast there, and it was awesome. But yes.
That's really funny because last summer when I was in Vancouver, we actually got a white convertible Mustang and drove it around.
They're fun. And Cooper Town Productions, no, I would definitely be more in a Mustang than on a Vespa. And Posey May, I'm not going to get a tandem bicycle, but thank you for the suggestion. These people, they don't quite see me as the exotic background thing, obviously, but I can be exotic. I actually, I know I was an idiot driver. In New Zealand, they let you drive at 15, which is fun and very dangerous. But I had a lot of fun times driving there before I came here, although I've hardly gotten to drive since I got here. So, if it's okay with you, I'd quite like to switch over and just do like 5 or 10 minutes in Japanese, just for an extra clip, and we can talk about the show in Japanese.
Sure, let's do that.
I just want to hear your Japanese. So, switching over now. はい。じゃあこんばんは。今日はですね。
こんばんは。
こんばんは。はい。僕はHikosaemonで。Gigi がもう今日一緒に入ってきてて、なんか今撮影中のリアリティテレビ番組に入ってるなり、とりあえずタレント活動を今始めてるところで、始めてるというか何年やってる？
何やってるって言われて
何年ぐらい今までタレントとかって言って
タレントって言うとね、
分かんない
からね。そう主にテレビ番組に出てたりとか、モデルとかやってます。モデル活動。あと、イベントで MC やったりしてるし、で、今、DJ の勉強もしています。
DJ の勉強。DJ ってね、
勉強です。
でも DJ って最近変わってきたんだけど、どうあれ難しくない？
難しいけど、私音楽が好きだし、本当にもう楽しいんですね。そう、もう DJ レッスンだいたい4、5時間ぐらいだけど、すぐもう終わる気がする。もう楽しすぎて。やっぱり自分の好きな曲を選んで、でそれをもうワンミックスにするのはすごい楽しいんですね。
いいな。じゃあ好きな音楽、好きなジャンルは何なの？
ジャンルですか？ジャンルは本当にもうカントリー以外は何でも好き。でもカントリーは無理。カントリー無理です。
うちの親父はカントリー親父で、もう育ちはずっと、母がねエロビ先生で、親父はカントリーミュージックで、カントリーミュージックとエロビの音楽ばっかりで、めちゃくちゃなって、
エロビってどんな音楽ですか？
エロビクスだからユーロダンス、昔ユーロダンスみたいな、もう今多分日本のパラパラミュージックみたいな該当するやつばっかりだから、だからそれとカントリーミュージックを混ざった感じでずっと育った。すごい趣味ある音楽で、もう好きで。
変わってますね。
そう。
あ、ごめんなさい。なんか押した。私の天井です。それは天井。
でもなんかそうじいさんも一環で、そんな一応ちょっと日本人が入ってて、日本も座ってると。
日本人に見えないの？日本人に見えない？
正直あんまり見えないけど、でも一応ハーフではないけど入ってると。
ハーフではないけどクォーターかな。クォーターに近いかもね。そう。なんて言えば謎です。本当にもう私でもわからなかったりします。でも、いろんなアジア人の血が入ってます。簡単に言うと。
アジア以外入ってない？
アジアが入ってないです。もう全部アジアです。
全部アジア。
そう。
じゃあ本当はなんかマレーシア国みたいな、マレーシアトゥリーエイジャみたいな、なんかそんなジジトゥリーエイジャと。
ジジトゥリーエイジャ。
疲れる。
そうでも生まれがシンガポールだけど一応、でもシンガポールもそんなに住んでなくて、すぐもういろんな国に引っ越したりでロースにも住んでたし、で日本に来たのは高校の時で福岡に、 住んでました。
福岡いいね。俺も福岡出身っていいんだけどね。日本に生まれた、日本出てきた日本、僕も福岡で、ホームステイファミリーも福岡で。福岡いいとこだけど、なぜ福岡だったの？そっち家族とかいたの？
それは父の転勤で、そう仕事の関係で福岡に引っ越したんだけど、そうでも福岡にはねインターナショナルスクールがあるんだけど、私はその時にもう日本を知りたいと思って、だからインターナショナルスクールじゃなくて普通のその辺の地元の高校に行って、
自分の意思で普通のインター断ったの？
そう断った。
みんなインター行きたいのに自分が普通の学校に。
そうでしょ。そうだけど、インターに入るとやっぱりもう周りもねみんな外国人ばっかりだし、英語も喋っちゃうから、だから。
Wait.
聞こえます？
聞こえる。なんか落ちた。わかんないけど、ごめんなさい。そう、インターの話してる。
だからそれに断って、やっぱりもう本格的の日本を知りたいと思って、そうヤンキー高校に行かれてました。
そうヤンキー高校って言ってたね。それもびっくりだけど、でもつまり日本に来て高1で日本語は喋れないままで。
喋れなかった。全く。
高校に入った。
本当にもう喋れた単語は本当にもうこんにちはとありがとうぐらいかな。本当に。そ
れはどうやって高校をやるの？それ他の外人とかっていたの？その学校に。
いなかった。私だけだった。で外国人一人で英語喋れる人も一人もいなくて、なんかね英語の先生はいたんだけど、でも彼らもあんまり微妙な感じで、ごめんね先生。
こんな英語をみんな教えてるのかってあるね。
そうだから英語の授業の時は、もういつもジジこれ言ってとか、ジジこれなんか教えてみたいな。私がちょっと英語の先生になってましたね。
それ金もらえばよかったじゃん。じゃあ英語の成績は大丈夫だったけど、他のクラスはどうしてたの？じゃあ他の外人もいないし。
そう地理とか世界史とか日本史とか古典、そういうクラスはもう除いて、その時間を使って、家庭教師と2人でもうガンガン日本語を勉強してました。そうだけど1年間経ったら日本語能力試験、の3級に受かって、でその次の年は2級に受かって、で高校卒業する前に1級に受かりました。
確かにもう一級だって、それ普通の日本人の高校生レベルの証明にもなってる
だと思いますけどね。そうでも残念ながら、東京に引っ越したら早稲田にいたんですけど、早稲田の授業は全部英語だったし、友達もみんなが外国人で日本語全く使ってないです今。
でも早稲田入ってことはまず大したもんだと思うんだけどね。
いやそんなことないですよ。もうバカ多いんですよ早稲田。
いや僕なんかもう早稲田結構エリートのイメージもあるけど、でも
そんなことないね。行ってみれば
もう前近く住んでいい近所にあるしね。あそこらなくて前神楽坂住んでて、あそこらもすごくいいところ、大好きなところで。
いいね。私も大好き。
しかもさ、あれもなんかもうジジさんってじゃあ英語はもちろんで日本語はもちろんで、他なんか
あと2つです。マレーシア語と、でフランス語で、フランス語はまだ最近ですけど、なぜ勉強し始めたかというと、今年ね3ヶ月間パリに住んでたの。そうだからパリに住んでて毎日フランス語学校に通ってて、そうだからで今も続いてるまだ。そうだから全然フランス語喋れって言われたら喋ります。
でマレーシア語はどう？ペラペラ？
ペラペラだって、お母さんが半分じゃないけどクォーターじゃないけど、お母さんもわかんない。もうみんなもうミックスすぎてわかんないけど、お母さんはそうマレーシアの血が入ってるから、そう一応母国語なんですね。それも、そう
マレーシアどこらへん？
ペナン。
ペナンしてるよ。
ペナン、そう行ったことないけど。
行ったことないの？
ない。クアラルンプーしかない私。
あそこも結構中国系の人多いんだよね、そこは。
そうね、もうやっぱりもうみんな混ざってますね。もう最近。そう。
いいことだよ、みんな混ぜてる。
だけど日本は全然混ざらないね。なんで？
いやでも日本は
まだだって
東京は進歩してる
じゃない？
それはそうだけど、でも日本人の定義を少しずつ変わってきてると思うんだけど、最近だってミス なんちゃらジャパンが
ああ、ミスユニバースでしょ、今年の。
うん、
宮本アリアナさんだっけ。
アリアナか、そう、宮本さんね、なんか。
そうそうそう、アリアナちゃんね。アリアナちゃん可愛いじゃん。
うん。ちょっと読んでると、実は初めてのハーフのミスジャパンではないらしいんだけど、でもまあすごい話題を呼んでるらしい、まあ呼んでるみたいね、海外のマスコミとかに。
そうそう、だって BBC とか CNN によく出てますよ、彼女。
うん。
かなりすごいね。
そうね、まあ。
そう。
まあでもね、まあ自分だって5歳の息子もいるし、ハーフの息子がいて、確かに正直言って田舎にいたら、あんまりハーフがいないところにはまだちょっと大変なのかなとかって心配があるけど、でも東京だったら大体もう一つクラスにはもう2人3人でもいるような普通になんか
そうなんだ。
ような時代になってきたから。
そうなんだ。でもそれでも結構注目されるでしょ、みんなに。
まあそのうち、ね、
見られるでしょ。
今ぐらいちっちゃいとそんなになんか子供はなんか違うとあんまり強い意識してないけど、でもこれから多分ね小学校とかってなると思うんだけど、でもさすが高校になったらちょっと小学校中学校は大変だとよく聞くんだけど、でも高校では逆にもうその時点でハーフかなんかモテるとかようになってくるとかって聞くけど
嬉しいね。
どうだったそのもういきなり高校来たから。
いやだって私そう友達もいっぱいいたし、日本語喋れなかったのに、あと彼氏もいっぱいいました。
いっぱいいました。
いっぱいいました。
お疲れ様でした。
楽しかったです。
ちゅうか日本語覚えたのそれじゃなかった？い
やそれも結構大きかったねやっぱり。
それ多分あったな。
そうでもねちょっと私ねなんかもう前から年上が好きで。でなんかね初めての彼氏が私が18歳の頃で、彼が16歳で、年下ね、2個下、そうででもう彼と半年ぐらい付き合ったらある日大学生の4年生にナンパされて、で彼車持ってたから、そっちの方に行った。
しょうがないな。そうニュージーランドだったら起きなかった。ニュージーランド15歳から運転できるから。でもそうだね、日本だったらしょうがない、さすが。
そうね、
車持ってると
ね、勝ちますね。
ドレスと同じ色の車だった？
いや白かった。
白かった。まあそれは次のかな。
でもよかった、それでも。
まあでもじゃあ結局日本に入ってきてそんなに結構最近みんな「いや本当ハーフってかわいそうだね」って「大変だね辛いね」とかって言うんだけど、
いやでもそういうところもありますよやっぱり。そうだよね。まあ確かに最近テレビ見ると大体ねモデルみんなハーフだし、ね、みんな可愛いって言うけど、だって日本語も英語もできるからみんな羨ましがってるけど、でもやっぱり辛いところもありますよ。やっぱり日本人じゃないからさ、なんだろう、そうね、もう完璧に日本の社会に入ってない気がする私。そうで友達日本人と会うとみんな私に興味持ってるけど持ってくれてるけど、でもそれは私本当にもうジジっていう人が好きなのかな、それともジジがハーフだからそれが面白いから友達になりたいのかな、分かんないじゃん。だからちょっと、そういうところもあります。
まあある意味で自分がもう外人として日本来ることを自分がもう選択して選んできてるし、もう明らかに外人でもうこの世の外人として生活するの。
明らかに外人ですね。
だからまあそんなにコンプレックス持ってる人いるけどもう帰りがいいとかってそういう選択もあるけど、でもまあ生まれ育った人はちょっとねそういう僕と同じ扱いされたらそれはちょっと待ってとかってでそれはまあ少しずつ良くなってるけど、でもやっぱり日本語できるんだとかってなんか言われても、実は今日のニュースでもですね、サッカー選手のなんか J2 の試合でレフェリーがドイツのハーフの選手が怪我したらなんか日本語を喋ることをレフェリーが驚いたみたいで、
そうね、
そういうなんかチームをクレームしてるけど、そういう確かに繰り返してあると。ただハーフだからでも結局日本人もねなんかちょっと目立つ人とかいい風に目立つ人でもちょっと羨ましかってそうやってちょっとね叩くってこともあるんじゃん。でもそういうことはなんかそういうハーフだからでも結局ハーフ羨ましいことは結構聞くじゃん人から。
聞きますね。
そういう顔がちっちゃいとかそういう足長いとかって。
それ面白いよね。
僕はすごい最初来てなんか鼻でかくていいねとかって言われて、いややめろよそういう
よかったね、鼻がでかくてよかったね。
いや褒めところなんか間違ってるってすごい思ってた。
そう私ももうそうなんか日本に初めて来て 顔ちっちゃいねって言われて、ちょっとショック受けて、それってどういう意味だろうと思って、だって英語で絶対言わないくない？
そう。
Your face is small ってどういう意味？なんか聞いたことなくて、そうだからそれっていいことか悪いことか。っていうかどういう意味本当にもう分かんないから説明して。
褒め事だけど、でもそう最初はいろいろね、それ混乱するけど。でもそれで合計でも今日本何年ぐらい住んでる？
そうですね、もう合計でも神戸にも前ちょっと住んでたから全部で10年近いかな、10年弱ですね。そう、そうだけどそうだからやっぱり日本人と一緒にいるとちょっと私日本人っぽくなるし、外人といると外人っぽくなるし、そうもうみんなに合わせてます。
でもそれ子供の時転勤とか多かったような。
そうすっごい良かった。そうだからもう環境に合わせるのが私の特技です。
一応親父は軍隊で同じような
傾向、
やっぱ一般的にするとそういうことなんか人と知らない人と話しやすいし、
そうね
場所に合わせるのがよくわかる。そうなんかね、もうずっと話せる気がするけど結構長い時間になって最初のセットアップも50分も苦しませて本当申し訳ない。大変だった。でも相当今ちょっと画面見てると相当綺麗に映ってるし、自分でもこの後確認もできると思うんだけど、なんかね、僕にとってこれ初めてのことだけど、このやり方だけどなんとかなったけど、
本当よかった。
ビクター入れられなくて残念だった。ビクターは最初ペリスコープで会話だけ放送してたら、もうどんだけこのビデオが彼入れたらもう面白くなってたのか分かるけど、多分もうみんな大砲になってるから、ある意味で良かったかもしれない。ちょっと困ったことも最初言ってたけど。でももう本当今日1時間2人でちょっと英語の動画も英語のチャンネルになって、これ日本語のチャンネルにこれから投稿するんだけど、ぜひちょっとリンクはいろいろあって、ちょっとジジさんが今ちょっともう撮影中の番組の情報もあったり、モデリング活動とかも全部チェックできるし、もうすごく面白い人で、ぜひこれからの活躍を期待しててフォローしたいと思いますんで皆さんちょっとぜひフォローして。Facebook の確か Facebook ページがあるんだよね。
そうファンページがあるから、そうでそれにもう写真毎日ぐらいアップしてるし、動画とかもういろいろやってるから、もうセルフィーとか、そう面白い写真いっぱいアップしてますのでチェックしてください。
かなりすごい、もういきなり僕が見たら会社でね、今日なんかページチェックしたらいきなり画面出てセルフィーだったんだけど、ちょっと画面をちょっとわーって
なんで
いや別にいや何見てるのってすぐなっちゃうけど、ちょっとドキッとしました。
だってモデルね、たまにランジェリーとか水着で撮影するする時もあるから、
仕事だからね。
そう仕事ですよ。はい。
俺も毎日してるけど誰も撮影してくれてない。はい、ということで、大変面白い人で、ちょっと長いバージョン英語でいろいろも喋ってるんだけど、それHikosaemonチャンネルにあるんだけど、でもぜひちょっとジジさんの情報もチェックしてフォローしてください。
Follow me.
And if it's okay with you, it'd be great to get you on again sometime. We'll figure this out and we'll get you on with Victor and we
do it again sometime. Do that. はい、賛否しましょう。
Okay. 出た。結構ブルー話得意って最初言ってて、ちょっともう全然多分俺だとその話にならないけど、はい。ちょっとゲットした。よかった。はい。じゃあとりあえずちょっと放送ここまででちょっと止めますけど、また今度また次の書チェックしてください。はい。ピース。
はい。おやすみ。